textbook swordfish bite, you got to remember, with a lot of line out, is very, very, very light. You're going to look at the rod and you're going to notice a rhythm to the actual rod tip. And let's just say you're fishing in 1 to 2 foot seas, and as you fish, the rod tip rolls back and forth. Well, after watching a rod for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, obviously you're really getting the rhythm of watching that rod tip. What you're looking for is something out of rhythm from the norm. So if that rod's supposed to be lifting and it stalls down, that's a difference. If it's supposed to come back down and it doesn't and it stalls in the air, that's a difference. You've got to be able to train your eye to really see the rod come out of rhythm, come out of sync, because here's another thing that happens. If you don't react to the first bite, you have 50% chance that this fish may just swim away from your bait. The other thing that the swordfish does is that they'll see the bait. They'll track this bait for a half a mile. They'll actually go down there and swim by the bait very fast. If you've ever seen some of these underwater submarine footage of swordfish, they'll swim up to the object at 20, 30 miles an hour, really upset. And they've tracked that. They've been following this up. They're very, very strange animals. And one of the things that I've noticed with my rod is that once in a while the rod will kind of stall in the air or pull a little bit, not like a real hard bite, but just a little hesitation. And what I think's happening a lot of times is that fish is swimming by that bait to get a reaction. He's looking at it, he's looking at it. He doesn't know if he wants to eat it, and he'll swim by it, and by his propulsion through the water, it'll actually either push the bait forward or push it away, which will cause your rod to wobble in a weird fashion. Now, if I just left it alone and I didn't react to it by moving the bait, he would probably swim off if he's not in eating mode. If I wound up 20, 30 feet, which you're going to see me do here in a few minutes, all of a sudden he reacted to that movement. He tried it. The bait got scared, it moved, he came with it, he's going to try you again. So the bite can be as subtle as just a wobble with the tip. It can be almost look like a snapper peck. At times, yes, the rod will load up, and you're going to see it load up. And then there's even times with very little current where the rod's going to stand straight up, where the fish is actually eating the bait and he's swimming the lead back up. So he's taking the pressure off of the rod, and the rod will stand up. In that instance, all you're going to do is hit the button and try and catch up to the fish to drive the hook. So, most important thing I can tell you, and you'll notice from my style of fishing or anywhere you go in the world, who's ever driving the boat and who's ever on the reel, one of you two need to watch the rod tip all the time. If I'm going to go get a sandwich, or I'm going to do whatever I need to do, I need to go get a harpoon set up, or I need to do something myself and walk away from that rod, before you leave that rod, tell your captain you got the rod. Keep your eyes on the tip. There he is right there. He's tapping it really easy. I'm going to move that bait around just a little bit. There, yep, just tapped it again right there. We're going to wind it up a little bit more now and see if we can get him. Yep, tapped it again right there. I'm about 150 feet off the bottom. As we're moving the boat forward right now, I'm going to drop back maybe 30 or 40 feet. See what happens here. Yeah, we just tapped it again. He's there right now. Let's see here. There he is right there. Just tapped it again. Hasn't eaten there, he's tapping it. There he is. I'm going to drop it again a couple of feet just to get him fired up. Try and take that bait away from him a little bit. There's another tap. These fish will actually follow you for a mile. Got to keep that bait moving or they'll lose interest at times. So I'm just going back and forth a little bit, moving that rod around. Rod looks like it's starting to load a little bit. Rod's loading. Pulling pretty good right there. We're out of gear right now, and I'm actually letting off a little bit of slack, taking that bow out of the line. But right now, we're tight.